Had to put over the top for Terracciano to deliver. So he couldn't lapse on to the end of it. Serie located the ball just in time. Followed by Ebischer. That's a basket on something. And so about saying he was being held there. It did one way or another. Chilla, I know from his own days, just a great striker. But Chipwinji needs to come up against a big penalty centre back, especially one that chip bucks into you just as you're about to control the ball with your back to goal. So difficult to pick your balance, make it stick, and not lose the ball. Bodo losing out to Bruno, the ball, retrieving the ball. Now Vasquez, space to move into. When he turns straight back into the Serie. Atkinson Mira loves that quick ball over the top. Quadrado getting forward to help that in. So that's Girozzo again doing the business. So Cremonese. Bob stood out and said, now it's time that Cremonese one had Pisa. Dalton Leandro Di Cielo. signing that season in January. It's the only goal he would score. This for short result in beating the Ciò su Cremonese. Strada Roberto di Tieno is now on with Chelsea coaching staff at Savaresca. Got by Quadrado. So it's on like Paddy Stanley to play by Aldero. There might have been a touch off a white shirt, so it could have been a corner. But we've had a single corner just yet. Said he came off 10 at Jama last. Game Kitty. Sani trying to keep his cool. It's a Italy position. Papieri. Bordeaux. Esquartado. Furo. Now Atkinson Nero. Alderfed. Pibisher unhappy because Atkinson Nero to spin the shadows. It's looking dangerous. These swaps. One man Atsuda shit for another. It's parent Tabis Hinter. It's current and poised. Tuscan Atsuri Pisa. Quadrado's free kick. Caraccio's header. Thunder puts it away. Someone's ought to shoot by the crowd as you Rhodes in that dimension. Now Quadrado's lost the ball. St. Velasquez. Hardy makes the run forward. Did you think? So Matt keeps Nero. Keeping Hardy very quiet. That's not easy as we saw them. Again against Juventus for Vardy just hunts Gatti off the ball. Hundred is scoring. Continue to be international. Thunder putter. Bordeaux. Onso Bargieri. Here's Vardy. Thunder putter through the crowd. Couple of shots there from Cremonese. Neither one carried much in the way of steep. Pisa not really clearing their lines convincingly. Pacheco. Terracciano. Bargieri. Ball builds forward. Bargieri again. It's got down under challenge with Quadrado. The system is unmoved. And so now holding it up. Borrell running the on-10. Handball is the decision. Now they'll have a check. With the video assistant referee. Stoena. There was a foul by Quadrado on Tommaso Bargieri here. Don't think there was. Sharp turn. This is how close Nimsolak is scoring legally. Saito there first appeared, but Skidotto stepping up just as Nimsolak made the run in behind. They took daylight to the two players. Didn't require too much of a second look there. That challenge on Barbieri by Quadrado. Yeah, quick to say. Checo though. Pink by Thunder Putter. Then Ketchy pulling away, keeping it alive. Abish has done well, but strict to thigh. What? Thought I'd said fine to go. Didn't see off like they probably said. And the fires ball forward. The easy full touch. That's Bianchetti. Furo. And Insola wants it. Edisha. Great control from Insola. It's a very difficult ball to trap. Terra jumps ball forward. Pashero brings it down. And stretch at his toes. The other advantage here. Play off. Cremonese have possession. Bondo. No, but yet he makes the bag go around. Bondo's cross. Ball puts him Calabresi. Bit against first corner. Certainly took the ball in the forward throw. Then does take out Edisha, but the referee happy with the challenge. So a ball decision against Enzola. Moments after this, coming together the 3 quadrato Badieri, the right decision was made on field and indeed. So the DAR room. Sander puts it with the ball in. And here's Vasquez. Samava Nissin Shaw. Watchlive TopTierFootball is next. This was really unconvincing. It's never seemed to be set with his body shape. Well, the decide third and wasn't he clumsy, all things considered. Nice doing the Franco Vasquez, which won caps not only for Italy but also his native Argentina. And so that bringing down the slick on some Morel. Touré. Morel makes the run. Instead of a string on Smudo. This Pashero. Let's show that players representing 2 countries actually not in turn. I did it. Fifth Argentina in Italy in the 60s. Great goal scorer. That's because Vasquez played a couple of times. It's a little bit friendly. So many was invited by the Scarani in the Argentina head coach to join up with the Cup Series berth. So took an opportunity to turn down. Was felt Tidian. Long time ago how was to it, so we got to Deck Medica 3 years after that was when he got back from Albi Celeste. So really showed why there's to it 2 separate countries squads based on CBIC's evidence. Hensel out with the header down. Furo beat to it by Van der Puerto. Pashero. Mansigiven, we've always seen it. ItalyArenaGaribaldi this season. Just 2 goals scored at least his home games, both by the opposition. Red white. Oh, it's in the early weeks of the season as well. 1-0 here to Roma, 1-0 here to Udinese. It's 2 games side of the September international break. And the draws. Fiorentina, Verona. There's Chesney. Lazio. Sator and Serie gets immediately between. So 4 consecutive points for Pisa. She's what's keeping them out of the drop zone. You know, with Verona and Fiorentina haven't won a match yet, but still find themselves above Genoa. Didn't get their first win on Monday evening. Reggio Emilia. Touré testing Tanita pace to call it. It's to me yellow card as well. Only 21, Senegalese defender. Heard from Red, Mikhail on the side. In the corner's big fan of his. Chile tried to add on the challenge, but was caught quite clearly. Quadrado's ball in. That's Touré in the back. The headed chances of breaking this way. Might have actually headed it. It's the back of a defender. Caught the arm of Pashero. Was that in an unnatural position? The players quick to that deal. Kelly Snedney, one of them. That's out by his side. Pashero took a chance there. It's one of the decisions we see plenty of. this season. Penalties being given. Beats up Quadrado prepares to take the corner. Assault for this horses. Moreo told decent decision. It comes to some issues for Aldeno inside the 6-yard box. Quadrado's corner. It puts it was great. Another Quadrado corner. Aldeno there to claim it. Away goes Pajero for Cremonese. White shirts streaming forward in this bounce at Pajero. So they helped out by Edisha. Then lost the ball. He passage to play this. That's case. So he shirt built by Volo. Ashido. Too much advantage in this first half at all. Why by Canacciolon Pemistrene. It's the final 5 advantage. Vasquez with the cross. Bondo attacked it. Spread the way of the Puzza. Did awareness to bring in Bastidotto. El Tenacha. Thunder puts his crossed. Bigger 5. Vasquez. Hello, pressing on Maeda. Pisa want to go in. It's all in a clean sheet. It's a really good cross. Franco Vasquez. Pizzi. Martin Pachero. Finally did it run. Van Shaw's fallen to that, particular Reeves. Moreo with the stray arm, he's given away a Anita's free kick. Now the Thunder puts his goal down. Trying to protect the ball. In fact, there's no question Stefano Moreo, but Tlini ends up slapping Thunder Putter around the face. Ticket short here to 5. Sai will go for it here. Was well struck. Bit of good ball to keep him out. All of a sudden, Cremonese started to seize the initiative in this match after what had been a bright start for Pisa. Bianchetti. Away by Calabresi. Ninzola first to the loose ball. We'll try and test Pasquirotto for pace who would be. Instead he steps past Bianchetti. Calabresi. No foul on him. Well done Ninzola because that was in the direction of Vardy. Vardy making his stick. So the ball in the eyes of Vasquez. Into the final minute of the first half. 5. Vasquez has space to deliver. Vasquez hit by 5. Pinsamiro away. Pajero, not Terracciano, took his eye off the ball. Lubedisha, close proximity. Pinsamiro, but Ishamedis, but Soda in support. Pinsamiro, now in Soda. Schilotto staying with it. Work. Sole. Mensola. Still the ball. Schilotto had an easy out ball there for Vasquez, which you already with a minute all the way in terms of added time. Calabresi's long throw. It's had to put it straight back to him. Calabresi's cross out and I'll stay to home. This morning now. Soleil stands it up. And there is over from Porto. Seemed elemental block in the final third on this ground. Pisa can't stay up if you don't score goals at home. Work with matches, in other words, you can't find the back of the net. Seemingly was running away from the ball there. Matt Hepping could really get the Dutch someone header halfway towards a clean sheet. Maybe an Aldero. Same is true of this opposite number. And then Shepherd. Not too many chances. It'll be 45 minutes. Shit in a Marina. And so had the ball in the net and was offside. FootballNight haven't offered too much at all. Vardy quiet. Vasquez. She's well seen. Hurts me more to come in the second half. At the break, these are nil. FootballNight are nil. fact, but then again they could have scored an away point. Such has been their start to the season since their Serie return. 10th position at the start of play, 13 points, tracking amid some to stay in the division. Medineri's a second half substitute for Pisa, places Juan Quadrado, who wasn't at his best. He is getting on a bit. Soon to be Tecci in the other 45 minutes to fill up here internationals. But Cremonese is setting up the goal scorers in their squad. Panasoli and Barney say Pisa still waiting to find out to really back the goals on a consistent basis for them. Moreo with that brace, a 2-2 draw on it, Serena, but here no one has yet found that this season. That's the first task again for Pisa. If I can find me, claim my first picture this season. But killed 2 birds with 1 stone. 2 digits with a broad beard, as they say in Italian. 2 digits shining on my father. They can score here, get another clean sheet. They get their first home goal of the season, their first win in one fell swoop. It's Alex Aldedo swooping to snatch that. And a 1 tweak for Giuliano Pisa for the second half. Still the same at 11 that began the match for Cremonese. It's that Skis will play just off Varney. To that channel, of supporting down the channel. Vasquez able to collect. Turn. Here's Filippo to that channel again. Vasquez. Away from Letty to did well. Little was tripped by Van der Putten. It's now 12 games in Serie A without a win for Pisa. If you include the final 2 matches of that previous campaign, they're in the top 5, 1990, 1991. It's the 10th this term. Little surprise, so the yellow card has been dished out his way. Tolik Zebe shared the cup. But Akshavin the song. Yari Van der Putten. Forward by Aldedo. Yusuf Herdischer had time to bring it down to his chest. Instead, he went looking for it. It's Calabresi. Was it pleading? The referee saying, I spotted it, don't worry, I'm just waiting to see if the advantage develops. So, Calabresi winning the header and being caught back by Pacheco. Didn't get Midge. Pisa, so we'll be starting free kick. Dare I say, Akin Samira, player on loan from Inter, has been Pisa's best player this season. Okay. Bruno with the ball in. Serie running it down. Sometimes space to deliver. Calabresi does send it in. He won't have ball against Bianchetti. Big appeal to Cetila Arena. Intruding from Gilapimo's tentacle area. Might take a penalty for them to finally get a home goal. Three seats doing waving his arms as if to say that check is complete, and there was no such infringement. Shepard's will forward. That header clear from young kids. Yeah, kids set Miro. Asking Lenny's to the running behind. They done by Ted Shan on the gather. Medisha. Great stick up. Now he slid to Lenny's. Basketotto charging across. Lenny's. Basketotto just blocked his path. Boost is considerable to see. Lenny's just wanted back needs on. It's a sound on the end. A Pisa free kick, and Ken is starting to come to the point. Two, no foul initially for Basketotto, but this there was the hold of Verdi's waist from behind, and this was the Hills a penalty. Well, it's not seated there. Now we're going to look at it. Can wipe off the outserve Sharma. Again, dirty that he knew nothing about it whatsoever. That would have been Ricardo. Having that free kick decision explained to him. Cremonese the head coach. Ship about the quality Benny's can provide. He did assist for that lad. Stefano Bonero, Icharid. They'd stick to header back into a dangerous area with the all bounced up. Medis with the ball in. Kendall's that combination. Morel saying something special. Calabesi has been tipping the decision. Bachero admitted to the defender. Yes, in some ways, that's who got the touch prior to catching in gets his hands, played it up against off itself. Harold Trent might have been this off his opponent. And here he was barking the opposition there. Opposition player very timely indeed. My storming out. Hit by Fudo. Morel completely unattended. Didn't reach it, so that because Chilivari got it too. Serie started to go down, painted the street, then probably wondered why he hadn't taken it up in the first place after that nibble from Van der Pitter. Not by Aldedo. Pisa winning everything in the air. Brutal, good first touch. Active Sanmira with Etzola in the channel. Etzola played some power, and he was leaning back. Look to the heavens. He's still wondering this and when they get a score. Hermes sees Pisa. Every passing chance. The next opportunity just becomes that bit tougher. So the logical hurdle appears a little taller than to do with him on the pitch. Vuro. Sounds. Bondo told to the tree by Matteo Baccinado. Fudo with the ball in. Touré round the back. Was told into that. Borrell also went to attack it. The lip side set pieces could be a viable into goal for Pisa. Serie looking to the aerial prowess of SerieA. Did well to put it back into an area. Serie channels developing into an excellent light centre back. It wasn't necessarily where we first saw and first stops at the scene with its hometown club Verona. Vasquez ball forward. This Vasquez. Now Thunderputter. Good ball through to Vasquez. Schlock. Tim across. Chinatino asking his players to push up there with Cremonese forced to the better goalkeeper. Don't recall Valdano making too many taxing saves. Then again, I remember Shenton adding, and he just stops to make himself. Akin Samiro, risky ball back with Vardy, nurting. Sleri's Terracciano brings it down. Who's missed out an opportunity, Jenny Dardy was a yard or two away there from intercepting that pass. Pasquirotto. Thunderputter. Barbieri. Thunderputter. Pasquirotto. Helps it, he puts it at Terracciano. Nice disguise on the pass to find Vasquez. Bob takes over. Pacheco in support. Vardy waits on the edge of the box. Pacheco. Sweet thigh. Stepping past Touré. Fine. Should be hit Vardy there. But he's just found Akin Samiro. That's someone in particular. Cremonese taking control of the game. Keeping position. Hunter puts her over the top. Vardy on the shoulder. First touch forced him wide. Vardy delivers. Vasquez was about to meet it on the volley. Well played, Kelly Slenling. Denise has got it clear. Insula. There was a touch of Barbieri there. Kept those on his toes, needed to be. Breakthrough here. The fetch is on top. So got everything in front of them. Very rarely of opposition players running behind. Got to the byline and cut things back. Thunderputter. Okay, did. Fedvas and Pacheco. So that was quick. Pacheco's being penalized. It's not looked at his sharpest. Martin Pacheco praised earlier on in the season by Davide De Coro because of his now, so this level no SerieAMatch from his time with Udinese. That's been the entire recruitment policy, with the exception really of Vardy, maybe Sarmiento too, but typically they've tried to bring players in that know the lead. Matsu Basquirotto. That's it. Bordeaux, Terracciano, Basquirotto there. Debichet. Insola running away from Basquirotto. Insola gets there. Madero Maradiago, it's a corner. The football around it. Nice wait on the pass from Edisha. Good rub from Insola. And Madero quickly off his line to thwart the danger. Football with the corner. And actually was hit a very easy for Aldedo. And the Buddha hurried towards Barbieri, one by Big Sabiro. Advantage because Pisa had possession. Moreo played left wing. Moreo's cross away by Terracciano. Then Pajero. Edison. Patrick Samiro back to his feet. Minis. Akid Samiro. So Sal inside the putter. Getting a bit of quality. Dare I say it, it's on occasions such as these that you see why these students were playing at Serie B last season. Cremonese have been good value at Serie A this term, not so tonight. Pisa have been coping okay with the step up, and he'd beaten in 4 of their 10 matches before this evening, but half a dozen draws. It could have just converted 1 or 2 of those into wins. They'd be in a much healthier position. Vasquez with the flick on Calabresi, it's it clear. Vasquez. We'll keep see where Vardy is. How he brings in Van der Putter. Wapdo. And is Svedi shutting down the danger, then losing the ball. Van der Putter. Slice chip. It's off the crossbar. And it's signed. But Dieri didn't turn it in. Finally some quality, and it came courtesy of Franco Vasquez. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. The whole stadium did. Schemper could deep it out. Vardy was already celebrating. But it's the crossbar that denies the archer top. What would have been beautiful goal. Terrific technique, lovely trajectory. Just a foot too high. Sabda puts up. That's given Cremonese a lift though. Barbieri. Vardy making the round. Barbieri's cross. Vardy was just about to meet it on the volley. And so they can charge it back. How much down has he covered there? Foster had done the money as well. Vardy peeling away. A blade to there. Van der Putter's corner. Basket. Smart stop out from Shedpan. Vasquez again. Shedpan to collect it. And it's done close. Twice as many than it's Franco Vasquez. Stumbled his head. Liddy's trying to work something on the counter for Pisa. Serie. Bring out the Tachor. Well, no one picked up Franco Vasquez here. Did well to generate the power. Did spin chip, but it made that save. Save that he did. The mouse touches off the black and blue shirt. Vardy takes the throw quickly. Vasquez. Now Podno. Vardy's in the middle. Podno. Descending. So can they set it? St. just on the way. So Pisa. Terraccia. And Barbieri. Made his right wing back ball this own in the absence of Zebbi through injury. And the player fighting for that particular spot is Fuliani Mussolini. Terracciano. That's loose. Calestretti. Insola. Vudel now. He's got down. Ebisher keeps it in play. Kitsanira. Vasquez coming back. He didn't get enough of the ball. Went through the man to a tree there. He's a free kick. The notes are asking why that isn't a yellow card. Calabrese in particular, vehement, the direction of the referee. Serba did get the ball. Vasquez. Until Cremone and Gordy and Marin all the way. And whether they're just going to fault this substitution whilst they consider whether Atkins and Mira can continue. Coming for one attack, it's Amir, especially with this make-up tadball between Vasquez's limbs. And Cordy is typically an option, and that's with that. It's Amira's now dislocated his shoulder. I doubt it'd probably be more in pain than that. It is, and lots of discomfort. Saw this happen to Domenico Verona on his debut, and there there's physio signaling that they need to make the change. This is a real blow because he's got a pretty unique skill set in the centre midfield. Real box-to-box midfield, the true sense of the word. Cremonese, Atkins and Mira. When they get game time in future, the Linzer remains to be seen, but he's more than comfortable at this level. Vudel with the pawn in. Sibac on it, but it's a shame because it's a nice shape on it where I was giving chase. Så bara jag vill köra med mycket lägga min roll med sig att vara lite. Mobisated Banty enjoyed in that tour Florence Arena for Moreo. Saboni more technical. Both such of priority, hard to stop. Pisa just a double over Cremonese last season. So then in the home Moreo did score here as the in Torres. Travelling was on target. Now the Zimi just so too. More Sapicciolini. This Stramoni. Eddie strumming ahead of head of the Eddie Sob across. Askins. I didn't pen two to him. Probably a bit suited to him, so you give me a yellow card. Cremonese are taking it quickly. Yamkiti side. Hit by Santa Puta. Vasquez. Bring it down. Puto. Very nearly. Goalkeeper was wrong-footed. Struck it cleanly enough, the Frenchman. You thought he'd scored. Nicely worked here. Good finishing for Vasquez. Hachero got the shout just in time for a bomb though. Maybe just caught in a little high on the boot. Got to cross it a touch, which is why I did go in. Gorgeous first touch from Insola. Outletis. Lania Papieri. Then he swings it in. Two toes to Aldeno. It's about the mid up as forward. Hachero. Ebish has been pumped up again. Ebish instead speed there. Just on the ball bladed. The Submarial Vegista and centrally fills a Pisa where he sticks. Manius, but he did things sticking out of the Calabrese. Caracciolo. Calistanelli. But yet he's stolen it. Vasquez now. Vardy's on the move. Vasquez. Here is JD Dardy. Takes it early. Some kind of Blazy concerns at the side. What's up? Cremonese. Sempre calmly done. Edition it for Calcio did want it. But the Blitzer closed it down. It is a piece of throw, but Film was catching their breath there. Thought it may have been onside. It's had to put it behind for Pachero. Corner off Calcio. Cremonese made the breakthrough, yet had a substitution. Van der Putter with the ball in. Good effort from Basket also. Headship, they're forced to make a save. They've had most of the chances in the second half. That was a simple stop because it was straight at it. Vasquez, you see the run of Bandieri. Comes the other way to Ducal Thai. Too high for Pachero. Vasquez. Bordeaux. Now Pisa should squeeze. Gianchetty. The least Serie bounce. A decision from him. Through the air, Basquinotto, a couple of goals already this season. Both of them incident the Lombardy, where Cremona is, albeit neither of them. Mancini now Brown scored at San Siro. MatchDay 1, the winner Bina. Something at the Sinigadia, Scotland. Side. So Athletic, Edition. Taps again on Pachero. And Laguesi's had a good game at centre back. Tadinelli got us Pisa's results against Milan, and Milan showing how to beat in Serie A front for same goal as us. So they competed on an even footing to Cremonese this evening. While Girardino said he couldn't task it as a relegation, 6 points because Cremonese had 14 points, they're in the top half of the table. And then Davini told addressed the entire concept of the 6 points, and he said, well, it's a way to underline the advantage you gain if you win the match. He's only interested in the performance. Tremonti, Pinsola running in behind. Pinsola and Schinotto helping out Terracciano. Would have been offside many times. Sleddy with the flag. Barry all comes in. Home by Mari. Away by Terracciano. Vasquez. That's Leris. Canoni now. Seems to be outside this side. Tremonti going round the side. Terracciano with a sadistic challenge. Suddenly, Chettina Rita started to make some noise. He said South beginning to flag, whereas he just considered his options, bent over in two there. Here comes the corner, not a good one. SerieA by Bissits. Some growths and rumbles. StadioArenaGaribaldi. It's an even in terms of expected goals. Film places shading it slightly, but the team would have been able to take their chance. It was Vasquez shot off the bar By far and away the closest we'd come to a goal. That'll be another clean sheet on the way for Shimbru, who's already got 0 total this season, 3 in Serie A. It's happy to say Mirko Faldedo. Pachedo, Thunderputter. Vasquez calling for it and receiving it. Good take from here. Vasquez. Thandi was there. So that channel had to improvise. Into that. On back by Vasquez. Then he lost it to Tremoni. Picciolini in support. Tremoni taking on Baschidotto. Still Tremoni. Still there for Tremoni. Stands it up. So, they've got their first goal of the season. Then with Kocher and Arababy. He's second off to get the first win of the season. Beatrice Ettore scored the winning goal in this fixture last season. That was late on, and in the second tier, this one is late on, and in the top flight. A really good lead for his first goal in Serie A. He's been charging up and down that right side all evening. Vasquez lost the ball. Tremoni won it back. There were opportunities and plenty to carry it. Vasquez also was too casual in the challenge. Well done, Tremoni. So they just wanted it more. Corner birdie. Pisa Tore. And in their 6th match of the season, Pisa finally score a goal in front of their own fans. And it's a goal which could be worth 3 points. Bonazzoli sent on. He's scored here in added time. Last season it was only worth consolation dollars. Ariano Mussolini's also been introduced. Pajero being withdrawn. Mount Abinini called up belatedly, makes some changes, having seen his side fall behind. Jeremy Sarmiento is very direct. It's a pretty tricky. They give some fire. Vasquez, the other players going off. Pisa now on the second goal that developed a taste in. Tremoni. Marin. Tremoni with another cross. Torre was waiting. Instead it was Enzo Lahim hits it just wide. Tremoni causing all sorts of problems with his crossing ability now. Marin did well to recite it. Lovely ball with the outside of his boot. And he would have been better served, I think, Enzo Lahim beating it for Torre. Had he got the shout, how would have been an easier finish than the previous one. Even then, Alteno was concerned when he saw the ball drop. Does have an eye for goal, the German. Still a very good display of him, Lupin, for getting him covering back to make sure the ball didn't reach Vardy. Tenachado put a piece of the ball there. Gilabdino saying it was a foul. And the yellow card has been doled out for Filippo Tenachado. I don't think that's necessarily fair. So they get a big chunk of the ball. Just there, got the ball, followed through there, does Mini commit with Corsica till Cremoni. Being given somebody a nationality into his brother. Medis with the free kick. So they got up early again, and they could have easily got in. So Canis there. So they're causing all sorts of problems with his ability to win aerial challenges. Canis Threndi connected. He's just got underneath it. Fed on my idea. What do Cremonese have to offer now? They get back into this game. Where's it going to be? Back-to-back defeats for them. But he lost a couple of times this season at Inter. Against Juventus. Torre's everywhere at the moment. Torre. Enzola tried to lay it off for Edisha. Didn't quite work out. Barbieri swap sides now that Floriani Mussolini's come on. Barbieri. Santa Puzza straight to Marin. Miscontrolled at Mini. La buona solida pitching. Shep is giving away. Sarmiento's touch was heavy. Terracciano. Bondo. Stopped to get a bit nervy now. Pisa in the final third. Sarmiento. To it. Stuyvesant stepping between him and the ball. Floriani Mussolini. Jusita, that's actually getting out of the way a bit. So this has just been put toward Merrily. You'd ask the defender just to block the striker's direct route to close down the goalkeeper. But Serracciano see it to lift maybe his teammates. A mad light to the final 10 minutes when we're chasing the game, seeking an equaliser. Barbieri with the switch. Terracciano. Bondo now. Floriani Mussolini. Santa Puzza. Could he got the last touch? Should be a decent ball. And it is. Insora, inspected Baschirozzo. Baschirozzo just chipping inside line there. Forward by Terracciano. Flicked on by Bonazzoli. Vardy was waiting to retreat it. Time to put it now. Stuni Yeraka to Marin. Cynical. Good shift from Tommaso Barbieri. So they're getting the goal and only 10 kilometers up and down. Far side. Here's Chile intercepted the ball. Pedisha. The ball needs to be careful. Modelo forward. Nice and loud. One man's going to win that player of the Lazio award, Idrissa Torre, you would think, unless something dramatic changes in the next 6.5 minutes plus added time. It's been everywhere. Enzola. This was the last touch. Someone is to find an equaliser later. Thunderputzer. Bondo, how costly is misses with him now. Sliced to wide. Bondo Samieto. Jenkins. But no fights Terracciano. Floriani Mussolini. Van der Putzer playing right wing. Get whipped it in from there. Floriani Mussolini. Almost won it back of Leris. These Cremonese throw. Van der Putzer. Floriani Mussolini could challenge. Everyone working hard at Pisa. How close they are to this first win. Bob Doe. Floriani Mussolini. This kid across. And felt very vocal now, understandably so. Scoreline holds their goal to 9 points from 11 games. And some distance between themselves and the teams below them. But just got up so early. Tremonti knows enough about his teammate to know that he's always going to win those aerial challenges if he float the ball like that. Enough time to get off the ground and meet it. And then he's closing down Floriani Mussolini. Saniet, Bondo, Cremonese have to start again here. Still plenty of energy showed by Edish here. Van der Putzer. Vardy running in behind. Center off his side. Looked enough for Vardy this evening. Edish taking a chance, but that's all he nearly picked his pocket. Is still beneath. Then he's actually a chance, a big one soon. Here's Van der Putzer. Without button yet, he asking about ball there against Calcio. My head, so Maschinotto has to be careful. Chinini chasing down Aldedo. Barbieri. Mondo. Samieto. This is starting to drop deep now, defending this lead. Samieto. For Terracciano. Bondo. Van der Putzer. Barbieri space to Bondo's left. Instead, goes the other way. Bondo. Terracciano. Made by Floriani Mussolini. This Vardy. Samieto. Who's touch of him? Enzola. Linking up with Tremonti. Enzola wants it back. Tremonti's very direct. Lovely ball again. Enzola couldn't control. Diddy there with it. Don't need to do a lot now because your second goal would be perfect, but they can't just manage the game. Hold possession and frustrate Cremonese. Bedisha. Well by Shebden. Terracciano. Van der Putzer. Cremonese trying to force the issue. Van der Putzer. Bonazzoli for Bondo. Val Samieto. Barbieri away to his left. Instead it's with Bonazzoli. Fair challenge by Mani. And Samiento's won it back. Bonazzoli now. Keeping hold of the ball. Terracciano's cross. Great block from Tremonti. He's a so hard defensive in here. Need to keep their focus as well. Yanni Van der Putzer. Vardy calling for it. Why cannot shut off? Van der Putzer retrieves the ball again. the assist specialist, the Belgian. Thunderputter, Sonny into Powers with Bondo. Each someone having the on-tit, turned out the space. Bondo. They sure did. Traffic is runner. Devision's on the way. Faith officials ready with the board for added time. To put him on ace here. Before it takes to create what has big opportunity. Samienzo. Now it's off the Itty lane left wing. Lead by Batgeri. Should be the goalkeeper's ball. It is. This is the appeal for a penalty. The chest, victory switch on there. Didn't know much about it at all. Like, if what they did once, then you. So. It made Meister on the way. Took that sound withdrawn, so then with having it gone, I can get another attacking player on Michel Williams. Yeah. Head based on the one thing. It's just even feeling so as player in the wall. They seem to say that's Meister if they're good enough to defend a free kick. No goal this evening, Fred Solar. The plenty of foot that play. It's back to goal. But you can't blame it, but take use time and trudging off now. Netherlands out a lead to protect. Maybe time. Played a minute before at it that so I found we haven't played much at all for the last 60 seconds because of the substitution. Before we go up until 95 here. Basketotto heads it clear. That's Marin. Thunderputter. As to just come on, child, the defensive effort as well. Medis needed to take that down, but Young's behind him. Medis again, Eddie touch. Single pieces yours. Needs hit and wishes has to hurry now, Cremonese. Need to take chances and go more direct. Jobson. Soriani Mussolini, chance to cross. He does deliver. Nicks it by Canistrandi, straight to Thunderputter. It's too high to body. So they give it straight to Sabienzo. Bondo. I'm here, he won't get it. That pace he does. He's absolutely shattered. So points now, Pisa. Bench let begin to celebrate just here. Such already starting. Away by Canistrelli. But Vieri brings it down. Thunder puts it between the lines. Now it's Jobson. He's made the challenge. Johnson must be bad. No. Eister putting himself about. He's too strong for Basketotto. He's too quick for him as well. Meister trying to go all the way. In the end, there was a heady touch. But that has still killed some vital seconds. He hasn't scored. But it's a telling contribution nonetheless in the day. Cremonese are almost out of time now. Given away to Tramoni. He can check his way past Basketotto. Tramoni. Ichinita getting forward. How he heads for the corner. Ichinita losing the ball. But the end he comes away with it. We played the 4 at it and it's maybe 60 seconds still to go. Piccinini with a nibble and a yellow card. The ground ball, that was the full-time whistle there. Cremonese have to get it forward and quickly. Surely very nice, just held it inside thing up left. Sadienza, Jonsen getting away from that ease, who again won the ball back, then gained it to Savienza. Cremonese. Savienza still going here. Pobdo. Van der Tutzer. Floriani Gustodini with the cross. Savoni away. The referee looks at his watch. These get their first win of his SerieA season. Delight and relief for Cittadino. It's come courtesy of their first own goal of the SerieA season. Idrissa Chore with the winner. 15 minutes of time. Another great sheet, but this one contributes towards maximum points. Back-to-back defeats now for Cremonese. But the story tonight is Pisa, their first victory near the Italian top flight since May 1991. And they were good value for the result as well. It ends here. Cetila Rita. Pisa